Picture this. You're watching what seems like a routine post-villa interview when the interviewer drops this bomb. Do you think Nic and Olandria's relationship is real? And instead of giving some diplomatic answer, Ace Greene from Love Island USA Season 7 just sits there in absolute silence. The kind of loaded, uncomfortable silence that makes your stomach drop because you know something massive is about to explode. That deadly pause before he basically implied that Nic Olandria, one of the most beloved couples from Love Island Season 7, might be completely fake. We're talking about explosive allegations involving private villa conversations, behind-the-scenes confessions, and claims that Nic supposedly told Ace there was zero romantic spark with Olandria. The bombshell that Ace dropped didn't just question one couple from the dating show, it sent shockwaves through the entire Love Island community, involving Taylor Williams drama, Love Island hookup connections, and practically every Islander from Love Island USA Season 7, including Sierra and the whole crew. Today, we're diving deep into the controversy that has fans picking sides in the messiest reality TV drama since the villa doors first opened. And trust me, what Ace revealed will make you question everything you thought you knew about your favorite Love Island couples. If you're here for this level of chaos and want to catch every twist in this Love Island USA drama tornado, smash that subscribe button faster than Islanders switch couples during a recoupling ceremony. Because honestly, you're going to need those notifications when the next bombshell drops. Let's rewind to the moment that sent shockwaves through every Love Island USA fan's timeline and changed everything we thought we knew about villa relationships. Ace Greene, the controversial Islander who struggled to find lasting connections throughout his entire Love Island USA Season 7 journey, sat down for what everyone expected would be typical post-show commentary. The interview was flowing normally until that question dropped. Do you feel like Nic and Olandria's relationship is real? What happened next was pure television gold and absolute nightmare fuel for Nicolandria fans worldwide. Instead of giving some diplomatic response about wishing his fellow Islanders well, Ace just sat there in complete loaded silence. Not the thoughtful pause kind of silence, the uncomfortable, heavy silence that screams, "I have major tea and I'm about to spill it everywhere." When pressed to elaborate, Ace didn't backtrack or laugh it off like most reality stars would. He doubled down with implications that cut straight to the core of what millions of viewers believed they had witnessed developing in the villa. The timing of this interview couldn't have been more devastating for the couple. This bombshell dropped right as Nic Olandria was navigating the challenging transition from villa life to real-world dating, trying to build something genuine away from cameras while managing intense fan expectations and constant public scrutiny. They were taking things slow, being intentional about their connection, working through normal relationship challenges, and suddenly they're having to defend the authenticity of emotions that fans watched develop over weeks of compelling television. But here's what makes this situation absolutely loaded with implications. Ace wasn't just some random observer throwing shade from the sidelines like typical social media trolls. This man lived in that villa, experienced those late-night conversations when guards were down, witnessed the behind-the-scenes dynamics when cameras weren't capturing every single moment, and had access to the kind of intimate insider knowledge that only comes from sharing that intense pressure cooker environment with someone for weeks. Here's where this drama transforms from typical reality TV gossip into something absolutely explosive that could change how fans view Love Island relationships forever. According to sources and details that emerged from the interview, Ace didn't just question their connection publicly. He allegedly claimed that Nic Olandria had privately confided in him about having zero romantic spark with Olandria during their time in the villa. If these allegations have any truth to them, this would mean that Nicolandria's entire post-villa journey, All those cute social media moments that fans celebrated, the relationship updates that had everyone rooting for them, the fan favorite status they've maintained across all platforms, potentially all of it could be elaborate performance designed purely for public consumption and maintaining relevance in the competitive world of reality TV influence. The specific nature of these claims sent absolute shockwaves through the Love Island USA community because we're not talking about vague implications or subtle suggestions here. These were direct accusations about private conversations, intimate villa confessions, and the authenticity of emotions that fans had invested in emotionally for months. The allegations suggested that behind closed doors, away from cameras and public scrutiny, Nic had expressed serious doubts about his connection with Olandria that directly contradicted everything they were presenting to followers. What makes these accusations particularly devastating is that they allegedly came from someone who was there for these private moments. Ace claimed to have firsthand knowledge of conversations that happened during those vulnerable, late-night villa talks when Islanders let their guards down and spoke honestly about their real feelings without considering how it might play for audiences or affect their public image. The implications extend far beyond just questioning one couple's authenticity. If there's truth to claims that Islanders privately express doubts about connections they publicly celebrate, it raises massive questions about the entire reality television dating ecosystem and whether viewers can trust anything they see developing on screen. The fallout from Ace's revelations was immediate, brutal, and absolutely unhinged. Social media platforms exploded with reactions hotter than the Fiji villa during the most dramatic recoupling ceremony in Love Island history. The Love Island USA fandom fractured into two distinct armies, and the battle lines were drawn faster than you could refresh your timeline to catch the latest developments. Team Ace supporters came out swinging with the energy of Islanders defending their territory during a high-stakes challenge. They praised him for finally keeping it real and exposing what they claimed was obvious manufactured drama they'd been suspicious about since day one of the season. These fans turned into relationship detectives, analyzing every single Nicolandria interaction with the intensity of FBI profilers looking for evidence of deception. They created detailed Twitter threads pointing to specific villa moments where they felt the connection seemed forced, conversations that appeared rehearsed for maximum camera impact, or chemistry that felt more strategic than organic. Every glance, every touch, every romantic gesture got dissected and reinterpreted through this new lens of suspicion about authenticity. But Team Nicolandria wasn't about to let these accusations slide without a fight that would make villa drama look peaceful. They mobilized with the dedication of Islanders fighting to stay in paradise, posting compilation videos of genuine moments between Nic and Olandria, analyzing every interaction with the thoroughness of relationship counselors, and defending every single aspect of the connection they'd watched develop over the season. The jealousy accusations against Ace became the primary weapon in this digital warfare. Fans questioned his motives with ruthless precision, suggesting that his inability to find lasting love in the villa had left him bitter, resentful, and desperate for post-show relevance. They analyzed his entire villa journey, highlighting his struggles to form meaningful connections, his apparent frustration with the dating process, and what they interpreted as clear signs of envy toward couples who found success where he failed. If you're as invested in this social media warfare as these fans battling it out in comment sections worldwide, hit that subscribe button because trust me, we're just getting started with this Love Island chaos. To fully understand why Ace's accusations hit so hard and generated such intense fan reactions, we need to examine the complicated villa history between Olandria, Taylor Williams, and the messy dynamics that shaped some of Love Island USA Season 7's most controversial relationship moments. This background adds crucial context that either supports or completely undermines the authenticity questions being raised. During their villa experience, Olandria had initially explored a connection with Taylor Williams, with significant emotional investment from both sides during the early days of the season when everyone was still figuring out their place in the villa ecosystem. Taylor spent considerable time and energy trying to build something meaningful with Olandria, positioning himself as her primary romantic option while she was navigating feelings and the villa's complex dating dynamics. The Taylor-Olandria situation became messy and complicated when Clark Carraway entered the villa and immediately caught Taylor's attention in a way that shifted the entire dynamic. What followed was a love triangle that involved hurt feelings, difficult conversations, public confrontations, and ultimately Taylor choosing Clark over Olandria in a decision that left emotional aftermath for everyone involved. But here's what makes this history particularly significant when evaluating Ace's current accusations. Olandria called Taylor out directly and publicly when she felt he was being inauthentic about his intentions or leading her on while pursuing other options. She didn't hesitate to express frustration when she felt disrespected or when Taylor's actions didn't match his words about their connection. These confrontational moments demonstrated her commitment to honesty and authentic communication, even when it created conflict or uncomfortable situations that could have been avoided by staying quiet. If she was capable of directly confronting Taylor about behavior she found problematic or inauthentic, why would she suddenly become someone who maintains fake connections for public consumption and post-show opportunities? The consistency in her character suggests that her current relationship approach is more likely to be genuine than performed. The Taylor situation also provides crucial insight into villa dynamics and how real emotions developed under intense pressure and constant surveillance, showing that these weren't performed emotions for camera time. This is where Nicolandria demonstrated exactly why they've remained fan favorites despite facing the most intense scrutiny and public questioning of any Love Island USA couple in recent memory. Instead of engaging in lengthy public battles, instead of releasing detailed defensive statements about every aspect of their relationship timeline, instead of providing evidence packages to prove their authenticity like they're presenting a court case to convince skeptics, they chose a completely different approach that was absolutely genius in its calculated simplicity. According to multiple sources and fan observations, their response strategy can only be described as delivering major side-eye. That perfect combination of disdain, dismissal, and quiet confidence that says more than any thousand-word statement ever could. This wasn't just ignoring the drama. This was a calculated response that positioned them as the mature parties taking the high road, while Ace appeared to be stirring controversy for attention and post-show relevance. The strategic brilliance of this approach becomes clear when you analyze the psychology behind it. By refusing to dignify the allegations with defensive responses, they avoided giving additional oxygen to accusations that might have grown stronger and gained more credibility with detailed rebuttals that could be picked apart and analyzed for inconsistencies. Their approach sent crystal clear messages to everyone watching this unfold. They're completely confident in what they have together, they don't need to convince strangers of their relationship's legitimacy, and they refuse to waste emotional energy defending their connection against someone they clearly consider irrelevant to their actual lives and relationship journey. The emotional intelligence displayed in their response impressed even some initial skeptics and people who might have been inclined to believe Ace's version of events. Rather than allowing external accusations to create insecurity between them or affect their relationship dynamics negatively, They presented a united front that demonstrated exactly the kind of partnership strength that validates authenticity better than any public defense could have achieved. This controversy has sparked conversations that extend far beyond Love Island USA or any single dating show, touching on fundamental questions about authenticity in reality television that viewers have been grappling with for years across multiple franchises and formats. Ace's accusations against Nicolandria represent just one example of the broader tensions between genuine emotion and compelling television content that creates successful entertainment. Love Island USA, like all reality dating shows, exists in a complicated space where producers need dramatic storylines, romantic tension, relationship conflicts, and couples that viewers will emotionally invest in to create successful television that keeps audiences engaged week after week. This business necessity creates environments where authentic feelings can develop alongside strategic gameplay, making it nearly impossible for outside observers to distinguish between genuine emotion and calculated performance designed for camera time and post-show opportunities. The financial implications of authenticity questions are significant for everyone involved in the reality TV ecosystem, from contestants to producers to networks. Successful couples often monetize their relationships through sponsored content, brand partnerships, appearance fees, and social media influence that can generate substantial income. Accusations of manufactured connections can seriously impact earning potential if brands become concerned about being associated with relationships that audiences perceive as inauthentic. International Love Island franchises have dealt with similar authenticity controversies across different markets, and there's typically a predictable pattern. Initial explosive accusations, intense fan debates across social media platforms, couple responses or strategic silence, and eventual fading of interest as new drama emerges to capture attention and shift focus to different storylines. However, the American social media landscape makes these controversies more intense and longer lasting than they might be in other markets due to the combination of multiple platforms, dedicated fan communities, and entire content creation ecosystems built around the reality TV analysis, commentary, and speculation that keeps conversations alive long after shows end. What often gets lost in these authenticity debates is the unique psychological environment that Love Island creates, which affects how genuine connections develop and how contestants navigate relationships under constant surveillance and intense pressure. The villa isn't just a beautiful location for finding love, it's a carefully designed environment that amplifies emotions, creates artificial intimacy, and forces rapid relationship development in ways that don't mirror real-world dating experiences. Former Love Island contestants from multiple seasons have spoken about how the villa environment affects authentic emotion and relationship development. The isolation from normal life, constant camera presence, competitive atmosphere, and pressure to form connections or face elimination creates a psychological cooker that can both intensify genuine feelings and encourage strategic behavior that might seem inauthentic to outside observers. The editing process further complicates questions about authenticity because viewers only see carefully selected moments that create compelling storylines. Hours of genuine conversation might be edited down to dramatic highlights, while private moments that demonstrate real connection often don't make it to air because they're not dramatic enough for television entertainment value. Recent allegations from Love Island USA Season 7 cast members about producer manipulation and editing choices that don't reflect reality add another layer to authenticity questions. If producers are actively shaping storylines and encouraging certain behaviors or conversations, how much of what viewers see represents genuine contestant choices versus manufactured drama designed for entertainment? The villa's unique social dynamics also affect how relationships develop, with constant group living, shared experiences, and limited privacy creating bonds that might seem artificially intense to outside observers, but feel completely genuine to people living through those experiences in real time. As this drama continues evolving with new developments almost daily, several critical questions remain unanswered that will likely determine the long-term impact of this controversy on everyone involved and the broader Love Island USA community. Will Ace provide more specific details or evidence to support his explosive claims? Or will he eventually walk back his implications about private villa conversations and behind-the-scenes drama? Recent social media activities suggest that Nic Olandria is continuing their relationship journey despite external pressure and constant public questioning about their authenticity from skeptical fans and former villa mates. Their ability to maintain their bond while dealing with constant scrutiny may ultimately provide the strongest possible response to Ace's accusations and demonstrate the genuine nature of their connection. The ultimate test for any reality TV relationship is time, consistency, and the ability to evolve naturally under pressure without cracking under the weight of public expectations and constant analysis. Authentic connections tend to deepen and develop organically, even when facing external challenges and criticism, while performed relationships often struggle to maintain facades without genuine emotional foundation supporting them through difficult periods. What's becoming increasingly clear is that this controversy has permanently cemented everyone involved in Love Island USA history, regardless of whether relationships survive or fail under continued scrutiny. Whether they're ultimately remembered as genuine love stories that overcame public doubt or cautionary tales about the pressures of post-show relationship management, their handling of this situation will influence how future contestants approach similar challenges. The resolution will also impact how audiences engage with reality TV relationships going forward, and whether viewers become more skeptical about authenticity. If fans become more likely to question genuine connections they see developing on screen, it could fundamentally change how reality dating shows are produced, marketed, and consumed by audiences seeking authentic entertainment experiences rather than manufactured drama. From career perspectives, the long-term implications vary significantly for different parties involved. Ace's willingness to speak candidly about behind-the-scenes experiences positions him as someone who might continue generating content around reality TV commentary, but also risks alienating former castmates if he's perceived as violating unspoken confidentiality expectations within the reality TV community. For Nic Olandria, successfully navigating this controversy while maintaining their relationship could strengthen their brand value and increase marketability to sponsors seeking reliable partnerships with influencers who can weather storms without compromising their image or credibility with audiences who value authenticity over manufactured drama. So there you have it, the explosive drama that sent shockwaves through the entire Love Island USA universe and has everyone questioning what they thought they knew about villa relationships, post-show authenticity, and the real price of reality TV fame in our social media-obsessed culture. From Ace's loaded silence that spoke volumes about alleged behind-the-scenes villa drama to the fan wars that erupted across every social media platform imaginable, from Nic Olandria's strategic response that demonstrated why they remain fan favorites to the broader questions about mental health impacts and authenticity in reality television that affect everyone involved in these intense entertainment experiences. Whether you believe Ace's explosive implications about private conversations and manufactured connections, or you stand firmly with Team Nic Olandria and interpret this as jealousy-motivated drama from an islander who couldn't find romantic success in the villa himself, one thing is absolutely certain. This controversy has revealed just how emotionally invested audiences become in reality TV love stories, and how quickly paradise can transform into a social media battlefield when authenticity gets questioned by someone claiming inside knowledge. The truth is, we may never know exactly what conversations happened behind closed doors during those late villa nights, which feelings were completely genuine versus influenced by cameras and competition, or what truly motivated various participants to make the choices they made during and after their transformative villa experiences that changed their lives forever. But what we can observe is how different people handle intense public scrutiny, harsh criticism, and the overwhelming pressure that comes with sudden reality TV fame and constant social media attention from millions of strangers. And honestly, that might tell us more about authentic character, relationship strength, and genuine connection than any private villa conversation ever could reveal about who these people really are when the cameras stop rolling. If you've stuck with this deep dive into Love Island USA chaos and social media warfare, you're clearly as obsessed with this reality TV drama as the rest of us. So smash that subscribe button one final time, because let's be completely honest here. If Love Island has taught us anything over multiple seasons and countless controversies, it's that there's always another bombshell, another shocking revelation, another relationship-destroying twist waiting to drop when you least expect it and need those notifications the most.